Well, hey there, Anthony. How you doing? This is Douglas. Listen, I wanted to put this video together. I was going to put it on YouTube. I was going to send it over to Mr. Carey to make sure that it got in your hands. And I like to title this, be resourceful, and maybe go in just a little insight in detail how this is us becoming our own bank, if you would, as being revenue sharing owners with MOSCA. Okay? And it's very important if people may have questions or concerns in terms of what is the utility and service product, that we have as a company. Excuse me. So I'm going to share my screen and give you the value, and you're more than welcome to share with those, because when you understand that this is a forward collaborative movement, so it must be met with a forward-thinking mindset, knowing that us collaborating, bringing our economic value and our superpowers together, it is creating a better financial system, if you would, for everyone coming aboard and collaborating, getting involved. So this is not to be with a mindset of we're looking to convince you to be a part of something, okay? And that's why right now we're really on a campaign of really teaching and sharing with families how we don't have to allow the narratives from other vehicles. See, there was this message of family coming together in other vehicles to where the pitch really wasn't able to be, how can I put it? It couldn't really be conceived or manifest based on the vehicle that was a part of, mainly speaking of like MLM or network marketing, okay? The dynamics there was always subject to saturation. And with other dynamics of being able to sell product, whereas if people didn't have the prerequisite skills, if you would, or the time, if you would, not only that, because you can only sell so much of the said product to the marketplace, as it got bigger and bigger, people ended up being competition to one another. And so therefore that creates that salesman environment, that market share environment, to where we're competing with one another, okay? That's not this environment, okay? So I sort of just want to give context, sort of set the stage as we move forward here. So let me go ahead and share my screen. So this is, as you're watching it, it's forward thinking, understanding as we collaborate, this is going to be happening to the masses of folks that collaborate. And the reason why everybody's going to continue to receive, even as this thing expands all over America and all over the world, is because we're all connected together. See, we're all assets here, okay? Think about that. As we're all are assets to one another because we're all scaling simultaneously, as this is replicating and duplicating forward, then that makes us all assets to one another. It's not just the person that invites you that has an invested interest in your success. It's everyone that's already been in previously. I can't tell you the dynamic, well, the game-changing dynamic of what I just said. Because we are all scaling simultaneously on demand, that we dictate however fast, okay, that we grow, we are all assets because we're connected. So just as if you were referring me, okay, and understanding that as I receive deposits, you are as well, how soon would you want me receiving deposit, and how many deposits would you want coming to me, considering simultaneously deposits are coming to you and you're scaling simultaneously as well, okay? So I'm going to share my screen here. And I want to first go into, okay, yeah, this is the one I want. This again is who we are having a focus for, okay? Because we're looking for strategic partners as we are gathering the social proof becoming a consensus of people that are seeing how this thing functions and operates, that it is as advertised, okay, it's going to then draw in the masses as well. So the leaders who we're looking for: community organizers, pastors and churches, nonprofit organizations, leaders to open up new regions, online communities, and also leaders to open up other countries as well. Okay, so I want to jump down here, okay, and go into understanding digital wallets. See, digital wallets is today's bank branches. I like to say it's the modern day gold rush of today. See, what digital wallet provides is immediate financial services and utility at our fingertips without any delays and without any qualifications, because everything is on demand. See, when something is on demand, that means we dictate it. That means it's a permissionless environment. When something is a permissionless environment, it concretes that statement: wherever your feet shall go, it's given unto you. So there's no resistance in us having the success, understanding it's going to be with the collaboration. We all will be succeeding all along the way at scale. But then what is the utility? Because, you know, in business world, you have to bring a service. You have to bring a utility. Well, that's what PayPal, digital wallets. See, it's all up in the traditional banking. See, we're not having to get in our cars, you know, and it could be inclement weather, drive to the bank. It could be a long line, other things. So it's not having to do that. And then even to have for many people to even be able to send money, there's going to be limitations, okay, and certain hoops that some have to jump through to even have a bank account. And what we know by the numbers is that there's billions of people that are unbankable. So with our service and utility, okay, when you think about the service and utility of these other operations, the service and utility that PayPal brings right to our fingertips on demand, no delays, no qualifications, is money transfers, payment processing. Cash App, money transfers and ability to purchase Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. Venmo, money transfers and ability to set up direct deposit, okay? See, these are what we call financial services and utility that are right to our fingertips, because it's right here to our smartphones, our laptops, computers, tablets, etc. What MOSCA, okay? Let's go here. This is our utility and value here. Seamlessly transfer money citizen to citizen worldwide. Participation gives you access to needed monthly recurring funding that can scale to millions without repayment. Okay? So think about a church needing funding at scale, a business needing funding at scale, individuals for personal reasons, charities, needing funding at scale, but being able to have continuous funding coming in because of the mutual benefit everybody's receiving all along the way. That's why everybody continuously scales, because everybody else is scaling all along the way. So I propose this sort of question to really capsulize MOSCA is this: what if you, or anyone for that matter, can have continuous, ongoing, scalable residual cash flow at scale as others are having one as well? I told my brother, I said, boy, that would be a great job description. I said, imagine that job description at any workforce, work job, place, or position anybody's at. Whereas there's a category of work where you and your family scale an ongoing, reoccurring, continuous cash flow passively, okay, as others are receiving in the same way as well. I said, brother, what do you think would happen with that sort of job? This is what my brother's response was. He said the hiring manager wouldn't get a day off. Absolutely not. Because everybody would be wanting that position. They'd be wanting that job. You mean to tell me I scale in passive, ongoing, continuous residual cash flow at scale as others are as well? Yes. Sign me up for that. Okay? So that's another saying that's another way of saying that is a complete no-brainer. Okay? And so part of the utility and value is we offer a decentralized income framework because we operate on the blockchain. Now I got to make it clear, as it says there in the small print, MOSCA is a decentralized peer-to-peer fintech cooperative. We're not a bank. Now, even though we behave like one, we can't put it out there in the public, general public, that we are a bank, okay? We are a decentralized peer-to-peer, okay, fintech cooperative, okay? And all a cooperative is that is designed for us to be able to dictate and control and us all mutually benefit together, okay, with within this operation and framework, okay? So I'm gonna skip a little bit of that and go to right here, okay? So the strategy is very, very clear, is that we're introducing the prosumer effect. See, with MOSCA, you become a prosumer, where you're just not being invited on as a consumer. See, with PayPal, we were only a consumer. Cash App, consumer. Venmo, Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citibank, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, only as consumers. Okay? But with this conversation, as a prosumer, you are a customer who consumes and producer who also participates in the revenue that's coming in for the company. Okay, but this has been done in such a way to where there's no errors, there's no corruption, and there's just no hierarchy of folks that get in first that are just going to benefit. So our prosumer approach earns you unlimited $25 referral bonuses, residual cash flow, and a percentage of transaction fees. Each citizen connects 3 or more active wallet holders one time to trigger daily and monthly residual income. With our Citizens Wallet, you're able to manage your money easily and securely. 100% access that you'll have to your money. You withdraw your funds daily. You're able to withdraw your funds 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You're able to send or receive money member to member within seconds. And we aim to create social and financial impact worldwide. It becomes a virtual ATM machine in our pockets. Let me say that again. It becomes a virtual ATM machine in your own pockets. This innovation is going to attract more new prosumers. Again, receive unlimited $25 referral bonuses and unavoidable residual cash flow from this day onward. Okay? And the reason why you're going to be receiving that way, because everyone's going to be mutually benefiting as we're all coming together collaborating. Earn 0.25% on all transactions of your personally referred and their referrals as well from this day onward. So very simply put, we're just having people just open up these wallets. We're connecting these wallets, okay, by having people open up wallets, and then they are inviting others to do the same, right? This is not an operation where people just come in and they just do nothing. Hence the reason why we stated from the onset, those that we're looking for. We're looking for those that bring value and desire to bring value, okay? And we all doing it from a financial perspective that gives us a monetary system now that is going to grow us continuously, okay, at scale, but passively. Passively meaning this is not going to be something where people have to continue to do something and do something and do something. Everybody's coming in is only going to be doing a one-time execution. And because of the way the smart contract distributes the revenue as accounts are opening is why we all continue to scale from this day forward. So I just went to the back office and just did some snapshots here, but I want you to see, to make it tangible so you can see it. This is the back office command center. Now, literally, a person has to connect their decentralized wallet like a MetaMask in order to even come into the ecosystem. That's how decentralized we are. And see, only you have access to your decentralized wallet. Only you have access to the back office of your command center with MOSCA. And because your decentralized wallet is connected, as your money is coming in, okay, that's coming in instantly as accounts are opening and whatnot, that money is accessible. We can put it over into your MetaMask 100% of the time. Again, you have access to put your money on your MetaMask. It's yours when it's in your decentralized wallet. And we teach on all of that. So don't overwhelm yourself with, I don't know that. We teach you on all of that. We have step-by-step videos under this category called resources that has videos on all of this. And we not only that, we do live trainings every Saturday at our locker room master classes. Okay? So the training is all there. So have people that know nothing about this sort of technology, no worries there, because as them being a part of our community, it's going to be important that they plug into the different trainings and stuff like that, okay? So they can get familiarized with themselves over the basics of how they're able to just manipulate and move through wallets and things of that nature. But they have 100% access to their money. As a matter of fact, I went to this is the actual wallet. This is the actual utility here. Okay, this is the digital wallet and utility. Notice it has all the different functions of being able to buy, swap, withdraw, transfer, receive. Okay, now I went under transfer to give just like a little illustration. But as it says over here, you're becoming your own bank. Be your own bank. If someone joins, then you get paid. When someone's subscription runs, then you get paid. If someone transfers funds, then you get paid. If someone withdraws funds, then you get paid as well. It's a permissionless environment. Now, I'm sharing you with this. So in this example here, this is me sending $4,500 to Valencia. So Valencia is someone that I enrolled that's out of New York, okay? Now, I'm showing this example because I'm showing you, see the 1.5%, that's the company's money. That's the money that goes to the company. That's the company that they make on those transactions to keep the doors open, keep paying the programmers and the tech support guys, okay? That keeps the business running, okay? Only 1.5%. Now, understand, okay? On that transaction, okay, my inviter and his inviter also received from that transaction. They received 0.25%. Both of them did, okay, on that transaction that they had nothing to do with. So 0.25% of that $4,500 went to two people. Think about that. That from this day onward, anytime I do transactions, whether if I withdraw money, send money, okay, they are receiving 0.25% on those transactions, okay? Because that's what's also baked into the smart contract. That, remember when I go back, let me go back here. Let me go back. I was right, where was that? Right here. Yeah, right here. Remember, it said, earn 0.25% on all transactions of your personally referred and their referred from this day forward. Okay. Now that was me sharing an example of transferring money. But folks, we're going to have folks that are going to actually, mostly going to be open to where people can bring their businesses on board. And as their businesses, we know, because they want to be able to sell their products with the businesses that they have, you'll be able to do that within the MOSCA ecosystem. That's something we're implementing in play, okay, over the next few weeks here, okay? And think about it. All transactions that take place, we're going to set it up to where that revenue is coming to us, the citizens, throughout the ecosystem. This thing is going to be big, bigger than Microsoft, bigger than Chase, bigger than Bitcoin. Just with us in phase one with the revenue sharing. But we will always have been built for scale, that as we put other innovations and platforms on top of this thing, that's going to be contributing revenue to the citizens of MOSCA as well. Okay? So, awesome. I get fired up every time I talk about this thing. So, now I want to go into the money here real quick. Okay? Well, let me go here. Well, no, I'm going to go to the money, okay? Let me go to the money here, okay? Awesome, awesome. So, this here is sharing the citizens. Now, in this particular theoretical, I'm going to be sharing with just everyone just inviting 3. Remember, it says you can be 3 or more, but this is what everybody doing the minimum, okay? So, let's just say in your first week, or it can be your first day. See, we determine how fast we want to move, because the smart contract automates everything the second it happens. It takes no days off. But the understanding is this: your inviter, you, and partners scaling in passive residual revenue as others are as well. Now, we're going to be sharing this with everybody, just doing, having 3 others open up a wallet, okay? So let's say in your first day or first week, okay, you have 3 partners that open up a citizen's wallet. It's going to bring you to $32, okay? Now, please understand this. The money that you see in red is just a one-time execution of everybody inviting 3 partners to open up a wallet. That's what's going to come to everyone. Now, the money in green is going to be residually coming independent of our involvement. So the money in red is just a one-time execution that everyone's doing. But what makes this a collaborative, passive effort, every time an account opens, 10 people are going to be scaling in residuals, while 4 people will be scaling in team referral bonuses. So let me show you what I mean. Now remember, everyone is starting right here at the beginning. Everybody starts on step 1, right? So when you invite your partners, it brings you to $32 residually. That's from your effort. But understand, everybody else that was in line also scaled. That would be green money. That's the perpetual residual cash flow. So even though we're not showing it, we're starting it with you. But I like to have people to know this never gets put in front of you unless others have been receiving prior to you, or else it never gets to you. Okay? Because what am I saying? Every time accounts open, those that were in line previously are going to receive. So you invited 3 folks to open up a wallet. It brings you $32 residually, but guess what? It also brings you $75 in team referral bonuses. Because within your first 4 levels, okay, and there's no limit to how many people that you can have on any level, okay, because we're not a 3x10 or a 2x6. No, we are an X by 10, meaning that we can have unlimited of accounts on any level that we can receive from, okay? So any account on levels 1, 2, 3, and 4, you can receive a $25 referral bonus. All those that you invite will, of course, be on level 1, but then all those on level 2, 3, and 4 will be people that you did not invite, and you're going to be receiving a team referral bonuses from everyone on levels 1 through 4. Okay? But everyone's continuing to scale in residual cash flow, okay, from 1 to 10 levels. So watch this. So now your partners are doing the exact same. Okay? As they're identifying 3 to open up a wallet, they come to 32, but look what it does. It scales you to 38. Now again, I'm only saying this with everybody just doing the minimum. A lot of people are not just doing the minimum. So I'm just giving you a theoretical to mathematical certainty of everyone just doing the minimum here, okay? But not only did it bring your partners that did their part $75, guess what? It scaled you to 38 residually, but you also receive $25 team referral bonuses adding up to $225. This is after you've already received $75 in this example. Now their partner, they identified 3 wallet holders, okay? They come to 32. It scales your partner to 38, scales you to 71. Understand, even though as our residual cash flow was scaling, your partners received, each of them, $225 in one-time team referral bonuses. This is after they've already received 75 from the previous day or previous week. These guys who just got themselves started, they're receiving $75 in team referral bonuses from those that open up a wallet that they invited. But look, independent of your involvement, after already receiving $225 in bonuses, $75 in bonuses, and now scaling to $71 in residual cash flow, independent of your involvement, you now have $675 of the $25 team referral bonuses, okay, from those that got started that you did not invite. This is how this thing functions for everybody. So now let's go to week 4. These guys here do nothing more than anyone else did in the line previously. Each of them are identifying 3 partners to open up a wallet. As they come to 32 in residual reoccurring revenue, that's their one-time investment of labor. Remember, everybody, the money in red is a one-time investment of labor everybody does once. The money in green is perpetual recurring revenue, okay, that everybody's receiving all along the way as well. So these partners here, they also receive $75 in team referral bonuses. These folks here, they received $25 team referral bonuses that added up to $225. These guys here, your partners, are the only ones that you invited. After them already receiving $225 in team referral bonuses, $75 in team referral bonuses. Now they are receiving $675 in team referral bonuses, plus they've scaled to $71 in residual cash flow. And you receive in $25 also team referral bonuses, independent of you doing anything, that accumulated to $2,025, which makes this thing for a grand total, which you've only been involved for just 4 weeks at this point. Or that could be 4 days. You've already accumulated a total over those 4 days or 4 weeks, $3,172, with $172 of that being perpetual recurring residual cash flow. So this is why we're saying this is instituting, this is instituting a better financial economic system, okay, where it mutually benefits everybody in the same way. And the reason why you continuously scale is because all others are receiving and scaling in the same way. I haven't come back to the partners that invited them to do any more work. I haven't come back to the partners that invited them to do any more work. I haven't gone back to the people that invited these people to do any more work, and I haven't gone back to you to do any more work. But everybody's been scaling all along the way. Okay? So now I want to go to my board here real quick, because I've been speaking with a church and its leaders, a church and some leaders, that they have actually collaborated, okay? So they're bringing their financial resources together, because what I share with them is the real currency here in this operation is a consensus of excitement, right? Excitement is the currency here. So what creates excitement? People seeing that this thing functions as advertised. And when you get a consensus of people seeing and witnessing that and experiencing that, man, they go ballistic. They get fired up, right? So this collaboration here, what they did, they brought in 20 frontline, 20, make that zero a little better. They brought in 20 frontline. That's been a little bit more now, but they brought in 20 frontline. So please understand, based on the dynamics that I share, that is, in terms of residual revenue, that was 20 deposits of residual revenue, okay, that came to them for these accounts activating. But not only did 20 revenue deposits come to this church and these leaders, but it also went to, let's say if this was you, it came to you, so that's residual cash flow times 20. I'm talking about in actual deposits. It wasn't like $20 in deposits. It was 20 deposits. But then also, that deposit went to your inviter, their inviter as well, okay? But also, there's two, $500 in team referral bonuses, one-time bonuses went to them from these same accounts here. And guess what? $500 in bonuses will go to you, $500 in bonuses will go to this person, and $500 in bonuses will come to them, with them also receiving residual deposits times 20 and residual deposits times 20. So they all got started in the enterprise, which is 525, okay? But they brought monies together. It's like, this person here, they came together with like 50. This other person came together with 50. And so they're doing it as a one entity, because what they want to do, they want to say, hey, let's do 20 front line, because we already know how it's going to pay out. And they want all 20 of these people to see their results. So when they're like, what? Right? Because again, they want to infuse the social proof that's going to raise the belief that raises what? The excitement level. See, it's all a domino effect from the results that took place instantly. Now, mind you, this was all coming to myself and my inviter and everyone, those that was in line previously. They're living life. And they're going to their smartphones, because we're expanding the network, having people become active wallet holders. Okay, so we're not getting paid for people getting in. No, it's just like PayPal. People had to open up a PayPal wallet and do transactions. PayPal does $32 billion. They had businesses that opened up digital wallets with PayPal. Chase had people, businesses, communities open up a digital wallet, bank account with Chase. And when transactions take place in their ecosystem, the way it's coded and designed, okay? So, but the beauty of the digital wallet aspect is permissionless success. See, when you're in a permissioned environment, it's typically like you have to wait to be hired before you can start making money. See, that's permission. If your success is connected to, well, I gotta sell you on this marker before I make money. See, that's permission. And I gotta be a good salesman to convince you based on your need or desire or how this can, benefit whatever your situation is for you to exchange your money for this marker here. Here, it's a forward-thinking collaborative because, first of all, we're already participating in the digital wallet space. But with MOSCA, we're being by opening up a co-op wallet, a MOSCA wallet, Citizens Wallet, okay, we become revenue sharing owners together. Because what happened was, when these accounts opened with this church and leaders, it just wasn't the church and leaders that benefited. It was all those that also opened up a wallet previously. So since that's the case, you were not the only one that had an invested interest. I go back to that because I said that in the beginning. You're not the only one that has an invested interest in the church and these leaders' success. Just like the church and leaders are not going to be the only ones that have an invested interest in these guys' success. You will have an invested interest in their success. So will your inviter and your inviter's inviter. Why? Because this is what happens. So think about this. Let's say each of these 20, when they just bring in, each of them have one person open up a wallet with us. You know what that's going to equate to? That's going to be another 20 deposits, 20 residual deposits times 20 coming to this leaders and church. Another 20 residual deposits coming to you. Another 20 residual deposits coming to your inviter. Another 20 residual deposits coming to your inviter's inviter. Not only that, again, this is just with them only just identifying one person to open up a wallet. And guess what? Another $500 comes to this church and leaders. Another $500 comes to you. Another $500 comes to your inviter. 1, 2, 3. Another $500 comes to your inviter's inviter. Did this person or this entity, you or this church and leaders, did y'all invite these people here? No. It was from the 20. Just only inviting one to open up a wallet. Now remember, everyone's doing a minimum 3. So as each of them have a second one, open up a wallet. That's another $500. Another 20 residual deposits that just don't go to the church and leaders. Now remember, they're receiving deposits as well from those they invited to open up a wallet. But look what's happening. So as they do a third, guess what? It's another 20 residual deposits. That's another 500 to the church, 500 to you, 500 to your inviter, 500. So check it out. Now, this can happen anywhere what I'm about to share with you. So let's say any of these 20, now this thing has grown now. I think they just brought in a few others, so they have like around 26 now. Okay? So and just think about it. As those guys were opening up wallets, the 6 others, guess what? Residual revenue and team referral bonuses went to the prospective people, okay? Because it's all being done by the smart contract. The smart contract automates everything the second it happens. So, but now watch this. Let's say any one of these 20, they were to identify, let's say, 10 wallet holders. Because this happens all the time here. So what that's going to be for whoever that party is, they're going to receive residual deposits times 10. They're also going to receive $250 in team referral bonuses. But also, so are whoever was about this 20, they're receiving times 10 deposits residually and also $250 in team referral bonuses. This church and leaders are receiving 10 residual deposits and $250 in team referral bonuses. You are receiving 10 residual deposits and also $250 in team referral bonuses. Your inviter, independent of their involvement, you, independent of your involvement, the church and leaders. But look at what's happening as a consensus of people. A consensus of people are all experiencing this environment. Please tell me, is this happening at anybody's job? Is this happening with anybody's GoFundMe fundraiser? Is this happening with any church or charity or nonprofit? To where it's not just a centralized group of people receiving only, it is mutually scaling everyone, with everyone benefiting as this unfolds. So this doesn't get old at all. And so I just want to just come and just bring this in just, just a more of a customary way, because like I said, I'm working directly with Carrie. And of course, because I have an invested interest in Carrie, and Carrie has, that means I have an invested interest in you and your, in the church that you're connected to and y'all's success. So I want to just bring just some different details here, and so to really somewhat address a lot of maybe the incoming questions that may come your way. Okay, and you're more than welcome to share this video with whomever you like. But yeah, we can definitely get you guys scheduled to be onboarded, and then we get momentum going. We have a press play presentation. Carrie can instruct you guys to all that, but if you're not able to reach him, you're more than welcome to call me directly, and Carrie has my number for you guys to have it. My name is Douglas Ford out of Houston, Texas. As I conclude, every time we come together with our presentations and trainings, we just don't want to see you at the top. We look forward to seeing each and every one of you scale an ongoing reoccurring cash flow, because as you are scaling an ongoing reoccurring cash flow, others are as well. Okay? And most definitely want to see each and every one of you way, way, way over the top. Take care. God bless.